What's up, guys? Welcome to the 41st episode. Yeah, because last week was 40. The 41st episode of the Trackside Girls podcast, season 2. This is our final episode of the season. We're going to go over Abu Dhabi for Formula One, and then a couple other announcements, and then we're gonna log off until the Clash next February.
Until next season.
Yep. So let's get into Abu Dhabi first. They had 3 practice sessions, a qualifying session, and the race. Fastest in practice 1 was Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris was second, with Lewis Hamilton third. This was the session with all of the young drivers, all of the rookies, quote unquote, where normally in Abu Dhabi they put in young drivers for the FP1 session because it's just one of the races that they allocate to putting in younger drivers. And it was the first time, I think actually the entirety first time, that brothers were competing in the same session for the same team. Both Arthur and Charles Leclerc were on track for Ferrari in the session. Let's see. For free practice 2, I know Franco Colapinto had to retire during the session. I believe it might have been due to damage. I can't exactly remember, but fastest in the session was Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri second, and a Nico Hulkenberg rounding out the top 3 fastest in the session. For free practice 3, it was Oscar Piastri fastest, with Lando Norris second and Lewis Hamilton third. For qualifying, out in Q1 was Jack Doohan, Franco Colapinto, Lewis Hamilton, Zhou Guanyu, and Alex Albon. Out in Q2 was Kevin Magnussen, Charles Leclerc, Lance Stroll, Liam Lawson, and Yuki Tsunoda. On pole was Lando Norris. It was a McLaren front row lockout, so Oscar Piastri was starting beside him, and Nico Hulkenberg started 4th. That is his best starting place this season. I was really hoping that he would finally get that podium that he's been searching for, but it was actually Carlos Sainz to beat him out for 3rd place on the starting grid. As for the race, it was a very chaotic lap 1. So they take off the line. Lando Norris gets a good start. Max, who is starting 5th, just sends it down the inside. Oscar Piastri, didn't know that he was going to be there, and Max hits Oscar. Sends both of them spinning. Max gets a 10-second penalty for causing a collision. Then later in the lap, more people spin. And let's see, Oscar Piastri ended up getting, I think it was, yes, after this happened, Oscar Piastri got a 10-second penalty as well for causing a collision. I believe it was in the back. I think he may have hit a Haas, but he did run into the back of one of the other cars. We were very surprised that he did not lose his entire front wing because of that. Then There was debris on the track. Valtteri Bottas had a puncture, and Kevin Magnussen was taking a left-hand turn, and Valtteri locked up, could not stop, and hit Kevin Magnussen. So, and then, like, I'm pretty sure before this, you had Checo Perez spin. It was very chaotic. You had the Mercedes drivers fighting for placement. Lewis Hamilton got ahead of George on the final lap, which I believe they came in 4th and 5th, I believe. But it was Lando Norris to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, with Carlos Sainz coming in 2nd and Charles Leclerc in 3rd. Kevin Magnussen had the fastest lap, and Charles Leclerc was driver of the day. With Lando Norris winning, he captured the Constructors' Championship for McLaren. I do believe this is the first time that they had the Constructors' Championship since 1998.
Yes.
So it's I'll have to fact check that. But yeah, so McLaren has dethroned Red Bull and won the Constructors' Championship.
Nice.
So there was actually 4 DNFs for this race. Checo, Franco Colapinto, Valtteri Bottas, and Liam Lawson. But let's get into the group chat. Our What's in the Group Chat segment. I don't know if we talked about it or not, but Connor Mozak will drive for McAnally. I have no idea how to say MHR and the 81 truck. Oh, we did talk about that because I mentioned Connor Day. Not Connor Day. Corey Day. I mentioned Corey Day. So we did, I'm pretty sure we did go over that. Brennan Queen is going to be driving in the ARCA, right? ARCA Menard series. And it has come out that Logan Sargent and Jamie Chadwick will be driving in the 2025 European Le Mans series. Kevin Magnussen will drive for BMW Motorsport in 2025 in the World Endurance Championship for their hypercar. There was a lot of issues between George Russell and Max Verstappen. I haven't seen the actual footage of it, so I haven't read a lot about what George actually said. But Joe on TikTok, she posted a kind of funny skit of apparently what went down. So if you guys want to go watch that, it's kind of funny. And Lando thought this feud was very amusing. Think we've already talked about this, but I'm not sure if we mentioned what number he's going to be running. But Ryan Ellis is going to be in the 71 in the Xfinity Series for DGM. Okay, I'm curious about this. So apparently Noah Gragson called William Sawalich a dip-dop? What is that?
I saw the video that when Noah called him, they were racing or qualifying or something in the I think maybe practicing, in the snowball derby, and Williams Ball just like bumped Noah and like moved him out of the way, and then Noah just after it called him a dip dot.
What?
Dot.
What does it
Whoa.
mean?
It makes me want some Dippin' Dots.
Like, Noah, please tell us, what does that mean?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm confused.
So Pierre Gasly makes history as the first F1 driver to not have caused any damage during an entire F1 season.
Way to go.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oscar Piastri becomes the fourth driver in F1 history to complete every single lap in a season.
Man, way to go.
So Sammy Smith is going to have a brand new number font on the number 8 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which I'm pretty sure this is the number 8 that Teresa lost patent over. So they get their traditional number 8 back. RCR announces that they will be running a third Cup team for multiple races with multiple different drivers. Andy Street, who was crew chief for Austin Hill, will crew chief for them. Chad Haney, who was RCR helping with alliances, will crew chief for Austin Hill. And then Danny Stockman will remain as Jesse Love's crew chief. So it looks like Chase Purdy is possibly out of a ride for next season. It says on his Instagram, he put NASCAR driver in parentheses former, meaning they may have kicked him out of his ride over at Spire in the Truck Series. So we'll see how that progresses. Hopefully he continues to get a ride. I pull for Chase. I feel like all three of us do. So
I love Purdy.
yeah,
He can't be.
we'd love to see him continue being at the track. And there is rumors that Chandler Smith has signed a deal to continue competing next season, but not at Joe Gibbs. So we'll find out. Spire posted a picture of a wrapped 7 truck with elves on it for like a little happy holidays little paint scheme. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but Zandvoort will be taking their last Grand Prix in 2026. George Russell had a really cute helmet for this past weekend because this was his final race with Lewis Hamilton as his teammate. So he had the picture of when he was 10 years old waiting for Lewis to get his autograph. And then a picture of them on the podium most recently. It was so cute. So what happened with the F1 Academy Championship, which we talked about, Abby Pulling did become the champion, but they reinstated a race in Abu Dhabi. So they unintentionally decrowned Abby Pulling for the time being. There was an 83-point deficit between Abby Pulling and I believe it was Dorian Penn. And there was 84 points on the table with this race re-added to the schedule. Abby Pulling did stay as F1 Academy World Champion. She got all 3 poles of the weekend, and I do believe she won all 3 races. Nina Gademan, I believe, is going to be driving for Alpine in F1 Academy for next season. The really biggest news in the F1 world, Max Verstappen and Kelly Piquet are apparently going to be having a child. A lot of people are, one, not happy, or also in denial of this. Which, if you see all the videos of people asking Max about it, Max is like, well, technically, I'm already a bonus dad, so it's not really gonna be any different. Like, he already treats Penelope as his own, but, which, to clarify, if you guys do not know, Kelly Piquet has another daughter. I want to say she's like 7 or 8. Her name is Penelope, and her father is Daniel Kvyat. If you do, right, you should recognize that name because he is a previous Red Bull driver, and has ran in multiple different series across the world, including NASCAR. He has made a couple appearances in NASCAR.
People are saying that Max is now going to either retire.
I heard that too. I swear, I would genuinely cry. Because,
or
like,
at least take like a year off, because people said Max doesn't want kids of kids of his own, and like before he retires.
well, that's the thing, because he has made that comment before. He's made the comment that he doesn't want kids before he retires, or like before he's done racing. That
I've seen people
I
are like,
swear, if he throws a curveball and retires at the end of the season, either Justin Marks needs to hit me up and I need to be there whenever they pull him over for Project 91, or Red Bull needs to make something happen, because I will genuinely riot if I do not ever get any Max Verstappen.
So I see people say he's either gonna retire or just take a year off. Because I've seen where like you see that in the store.
Either way.
Like, well, see, that's the thing. I don't see Max ever taking a year off. It's either he's gonna be done full stop with Formula One. I don't see him coming back if he stops. But he does race in other series, or different types of series. Like, he has his own team, like Redline Sim. Like, yes, that's online, but he also drives those cars in real life too. So,
did you see on the F1 store, like under the drivers list, they had like Max and Sergio, but they had like.
I think that was a glitch, to be honest. Unless Valtteri is going to be a reserve driver. Because I don't see Valtteri going away. He started all that stuff, the what's next thing that he's been raising money for. I don't know if this is a joke or not, but apparently he said that it was raising money for families who have unexpectedly lost their jobs. If you guys get that. That's why I don't know if it's a joke or not. So I think it's possible that he could come in as a reserve driver. But Leah Block renewed her contract with Williams for F1 Academy next season. Charles took a 10-place grid penalty in Abu Dhabi for, I think it was an engine change. He was over his allocated amount. So, news in NASCAR. I gotta talk about. Well, first, Jeb Burton is back. I mean, I feel like that was kind of a given. But my boy Blaine Perkins is joining Jordan Anderson Racing for 2025 in the 31 car. Which I'm gonna say this. So I sent a text to Blaine. I think it was November 20th. I think it was. I made a joke. I go, so when's your announcement saying you're going to Jordan Anderson? I'm like, I'm just kidding. That's just one of the rumors I heard, around the garage. And then, what do you know? And then I text him again, cause like, he's a busy guy. So like, and so I hadn't heard from him, and so like I replied to my message, and I was like, called it, congrats, buddy. And he was laughing. He obviously saw the original message, and like, so I had my suspicions. But yeah, so he's gonna be unfortunately moving back to Chevy, which is kind of gross. But what can you do? But back to what's in the group chat. High Tech GP, the team that I believe they normally run F2 and F3, is going to join the grid for F1 Academy as the 6th team next season. It's going to expand to 18 cars in the F1 Academy field. The Chinese Grand Prix is going to remain on the calendar until at least 2030. Well, we don't have any races to go over for next week or the weeks after up until February.
Not gonna lie, I miss the boys. Isn't next season yet?
So, depending on like if the Swamp Rabbits do NASCAR night again, you might be able to. Oh no, wait, you're in Kansas. That would be.
I'm in Kansas.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. So I feel like I could announce this information. I haven't posted it anywhere. But I am going to be going to the Tulsa shootouts. I'm going to be out there for a week over New Year's. I'm going to be out there taking some photos, hanging out with one of the drivers that is competing. I'm doing some media. And so I'm going to be out there. So it's going to be still a busy off season. I'm heading out there the 27th of December, and then it won't be back until like the 6th. So gonna be out there for a hot minute. So that is filling my off season, as well as I have been recruited by the Podium Finish. I am now one of their staff photographers. So hopefully you guys will see me at a lot more races. So hopefully TikTok doesn't get banned, because I like doing my little vlogs of my race weekends and posting them on TikTok and doing all my interactions and stuff.
I do. They're supposed to be doing an appeal. TikTok's making an appeal. So
yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it
I'm ready
doesn't.
for the clash.
Yes, they're going to Bowman Gray.
That's right.
That's in Winston-Salem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like right in my back.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be. Oh my gosh! Wait. I don't think I got to talk about. Did I talk about Stocks for Tots? What happened? I'm just a little. So Stocks for Tots. We talked about the event. There was a lot of different drivers there, But you guys know my favorite Cup driver, okay? Austin Cindric. Well, he was there signing autographs, and you know, I make it my life's mission to annoy that man, to bother him so much, but it's out of love. So I was bothering him so much. I got him to sign nothing for me. Okay, like I didn't even take any stuff for him to sign. It was other people who found out that me and him like have met so many times, so obviously he recognizes me. Everybody was getting me to get their thing signed for them. But so I was sitting there chatting with Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, Austin, and then Matt DiBenedetto was there, Larry Mack, Bob Pockrass. Like it was a fun time. Hopefully I got a couple interviews. There's a couple pictures up on their Instagram as well as their Facebook page. So if you guys want to go see any of the people who were there, you can go check those out. I have like 70 photos that I sent over to them, so hopefully over time they will post a couple more. But yeah, it was a good fun event. We gotta close out. I gotta figure out what car. You know what? So I keep this car. I have Max Verstappen on my little desk underneath my computer, and I have the championship winning car next to him. Last year I had the RB18 and then I swapped it out to the RB19. It's not getting the RB20 this year. I gotta get this year's McLaren car and sit it up there with him. Which is gonna be a little strange because it's Max Verstappen standing next to a McLaren. So, but I still have the world champion, and then I just gotta put the McLaren car up there for the championship winning car. But, I don't know if I want to use that car. Oh, you know what I will use? I know exactly which one I'll use. Do you guys know what car you're gonna use?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's sitting next to me.
Okay. I don't think. We'll see. Okay. Alright, guys, we're signing off for this season. Season 2 is coming to an end. This has been episode 41 of the Trackside Girls podcast. Season 2. Actually, yep. You got it right.
Let's go.
Oh,
Go.
there you go. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. However you enjoy our lovely podcast. Hopefully we're slowly getting it. This is our really it's like a season and a half. Because we started, I think, did we start halfway through last year? I think.
Mhm.
So we're slowly trying to get all of our stuff together. Trying to get this a little more professional. Even though we do this out of our bedrooms, basically, we still want to try to be as professional as possible, and share all of the world of motorsports with the people of the internet. So, hopefully we'll have our stuff together a little bit better by February. So we'll see. But we're gonna do our outro for the last time for 2024. So
That's so sad.
yeah, it's gonna be another 2 months before we do it again. So
Yeah.
but okay, guys, it goes peace, love, and Which way are you guys going? Okay. All right.
I have to go the other way.
And race cars. Good old Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes had to, since it's gonna be his
Lando.
last. It was his last ride in the Mercedes, so I had to go with them. So,
Lando.
all right. Good night, everybody. See you in February.